Hello there and welcome to Rock, Paper, Scissors, a world famous and fun game. If you do not know how the game works, very quickly I'll tell you. Typically two people count to three, either forwards or backwards, and then simultaneously choose one of the three objects mentioned in the title of the game. Now the winner we determine by consulting the following chart. Now, of course, if both players make the same choice, then the game is a tie. So rock, paper, scissors is often a quick way of settling an argument, maybe a complex legal dispute. Most people insist on best out of three for anything important. Right, now this lesson is going to cover getting valid user input. That's going to be the main crux of this one. There will be a separate video which will cover the game logic, i.e. once we have the player's choices, who has actually won the game. Right, so I've got a file already up and running in Sublime Text. Now all I've written so far are the game instructions. Just to quickly tell you, lines 1 and 6 are just printing 50 stars. Remember, we can multiply strings in Python. Line 3, 4 and 5 is a single triple quoted string. And line 7 here just skips a line. That's one way of doing that. Okay, so turning to the actual game itself, the first thing I'm going to do is actually set up a list called valid responses, and the user input is going to be checked to make sure it is actually contained within this list. So we obviously only have three valid responses. We have rock, we have paper, and I'm sure you know by now we have scissors. I did research some alternatives to this game. There's dozens, if not hundreds, where the three objects are substituted for other things. I did struggle to find something which was both comprehensible and inoffensive, but you're obviously welcome to play around with the names to your heart's content. Right, so we've got our list there of valid responses. So what we want to do is ask player 1 first of all to enter their choice. So let's just do a quick input statement there. And what will we say? We'll just say please enter your choice, and we will specify player 1. And remember, you usually want a space there at the end of your input statement. Right. So we've asked the player for their input, so let's set up a while loop, and the condition here, the loop's going to keep running while player 1 choice is not a valid response, so whilst it's not in this list of valid responses here. So if a valid response has been entered, of course this loop won't run at all, but assuming it is running, what we'll do first of all is just tell the user that they're out of order. Let's just say invalid choice, knucklehead. Now you're welcome to be either more or less polite than I am being here. And given that we have an invalid response here, we're going to want to get the input again. And I'll just actually copy and paste this from up here. And we've got an extra quote, get rid of that. Now another thing which I think could be a good idea actually to do both up here and within the loop is just convert whatever the user has inputted here to lowercase. Remember, we've got the .lower string method. Now in these cases you can just as easily use uppercase, but because we've got lowercase in the list here, it makes sense to stick with lower in this instance here. So that means we're going to accept rock, for example, with either a lower or uppercase R, or indeed any combination. So as long as it's spelt correctly, then it's going to be absolutely fine. Right, okay, so I think at this stage it would make sense for us to run our program just to see what kind of shape we're going to be in. So let's do that. Right, so let's enter, well actually let's just enter nothing at all, so it doesn't accept that, which is good. Let's enter some gibberish, which obviously, so we have a problem here. Now line 17, there's a mistake there. It's pichoice.lower we want. Right, so that's going to be that sorted out. Let's just make sure. Just enter rock, which it accepts absolutely fine. Okay, so we're in good shape so far. Now, what we're going to do is quite simply copy and paste this whole section highlighted here, and that's going to be for player 2. So let's just paste it in and basically change all of the P1s to P2s. P2 of course for player 2. So that's those there. And P2 choice here and here and here, and finally here. And obviously what we need to do is change this as well. Right, so hope I caught everything there. We'll soon find out. So now the game will ask player 1 for a response, make sure it's valid, and then it should ask player 2 for a response and make sure that is valid as well. Now, one thing that may have occurred to you is obviously if player 2 can see what player 1 is entering, it kind of makes the game a bit easy for player 2. So what we're going to want to do is after player 1 has put in their response is just kind of do a divider here. So we'll just print, let's say, don't scroll up, player 2. It would be cheating, and then we'll print that a number of times. Let's do a new line, 2 new lines in fact, and do that, I don't know, 20 times. That should be enough to cover the screen, but you can obviously adjust that to your own needs. Right, and because of that, let's just finish off the program by printing P1 choice, and then let's do a space, and then finally P2 choice, just so we've got them listed at the bottom of the screen there. Right, let's go. Oops, right. So enter your choice, player 1. So it's going to insist on a valid response. Let's do paper here. So it's accepted that, and you can't see, well, player 2 won't be able to see player 1's response unless they scroll up there like that, so that's what we want. Please enter your choice, player 2. Let's again make sure it doesn't accept invalid responses, and let's go for, it really doesn't matter, don't know why I'm thinking about it, let's go for rock, and there we've got it right. So I think that's pretty much where I want to leave off actually with this video. We're going to do the game logic in the next video. Just one thing I'll quickly add is it would be very easy to make this into a one-player game and you can play against the computer. Obviously what you'd need to do is import random, and then you can just get, instead of doing player 2 choice, you would do a computer choice and just use random.choice like we did in the Magic 8 Ball video. So you'd be able to do it that way. So that's quite easy to do. Okay, so thanks for joining me for this one, and in the next one, as I say, we'll finish up the game. I mean, at the moment you can play it, you've just got to kind of work out yourself, but we'll do the logic for the game itself to display the winner, and we'll probably make it so you can play, you know, best out of 3 or best out of 5, that kind of thing. Okay, so I look forward to joining you then. Bye just now.